Jamilianajair_arts at youtube.com.
Hello, testing, testing. Can you hear me? This is embarrassing. Lone Wolf. My mic was off. Lone Wolf, no cub. Low Wolf, can you hear me? Alright, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah, it turns out my mic was just was just off the entire time, and you know, yeah, that was I didn't know that, and I was just talking up a storm, and you didn't you didn't hear any of it. Thanks, man. You could finally catch some of my. I'm flattered. Yeah, no, it's yeah. Thank you, thank you. Honestly, I think my I don't know, it's kind of stupid. My goal here was to I don't know, like I wanted to test my discipline. I saw that Ryan and Dan they stream all the time, and I thought, hey, maybe I can catch up and do as much work as they can. You know, really stretch out the discipline. Really put myself to the test here. Also, when I do digital art, I immediately kind of get distracted by a lot of things. Like, say, when I'm looking for reference on Pinterest, I get distracted by this is embarrassing, but bikini models and Instagram model pictures, and then next thing you know, hours pass, and then nothing gets done. But with the camera, it's like, oh, so with the camera, I I have something watching me. It's kind of like that experiment where essentially if you put if you if it's like that experiment where essentially it's like if you put them in a room and you believe that they're being watched, they act they they're better behaved, and it's kind of like that. Yeah, I'm working on a. By the way, I'm working on a Warhammer book, comic, sample comic. I've wanted to work on it for a while, and now I'm doing it. So I'm hoping. I'm hoping this could be a great portfolio entry for Lightbox or Comic Con. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put this. I'm thinking of putting this up on Tapas or something, or I don't know, a Warhammer subreddit. That could be cool. I don't like the pauldron here. Maybe if I could just raise it a little bit. And by the way, oh, Lone Wolf, if you're still here, sorry for not responding. Oh, thank you. Sorry for not responding. For the most part, I don't really get a lot of people here. Honestly, this is just like no one watches, and I kind of just like I treat this as like free therapy. It's not the smartest thing to do because like it's the internet and it's on there forever. But I figured no one's gonna watch, and like if a tree falls down and no one hears it, did the tree really fall down? You know. And hey, you. By the way, like if you think it looks good now, wait till I put some line art to it, and some colors. It's gonna look great. Hopefully, it'll be better than the He-Man comic that I made a year ago. Hey, thank you, man. Thank you. I think one short-term goal would be to have Brian come on here, and we could do like a podcast together. That could be cool. Get some guest stars in here. First Ryan, then maybe Dan, then maybe Gross Girl. Oh, He-Man. Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah, I loved He-Man as a kid. I loved the. I think. Oh, okay. My favorite character was Skeletor. I kind of I like the idea of like essential kind of like Skeletor to me was like a very kind of like oh yeah badass. And a collab would be awesome. One it's good networking. Two, it's like I would love for the chance to essentially have like people who are like further along in their careers than I am. Essentially like come up to my come up to my stream and like essentially just like give me as much knowledge as possible because like essentially like I feel like I come from a family of of like blue collar workers, like nurses and and people who work in technology. Like my uncle was super blue collar. Like my uncles are super blue collar. My dad's an IT technician. My mom's a dental nurse. My cousins are both like coders. My sister's going into public health, and I'm like the only person in the family who is basically gunning for a career in comics. And essentially, when you're in my position, there's like there's like it's pretty jarring or pretty difficult because no one's gonna like help you. And even then, it's like I feel like I don't know I don't I feel I feel like I don't know. I feel like I I'm 17. No, I'm not 17. I'm 25. Um, when I was 17, I got into college, and that was I feel like the wrong age for anybody to get into college. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Okay. Wait, so Ryan's doing critiques in his Patreon? Oh wait, yeah, no, he talked about this. He talked about this a lot. No, he didn't talk to me about this, but he mentioned it to me once. Hmm. I wonder what tier that's on. All right. All right, wedding plans. And yeah, fair enough. I mean, I don't know, when you're kind of building a life with someone, yeah, that takes precedence. The one thing, I mean, $5 a month. I think okay. I think I'm still sub to Dave's Patreon. I feel like I want to be more cost effective, and like I'm doing. I feel like I want to be more cost effective, and like unsub from that. I want to save the extra $5, seeing as how I'm gonna buy tickets to Letbox. Yeah, but no, it's like, hey, $5 for a portfolio review. That sounds awesome. Yeah, but no, in all seriousness, I would love to, I would love to have him on. Who knows? Maybe I can get Dave on. That'd be super cool. That'd be like that. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if you could just like, I don't know, maybe I don't want to like essentially like tell you something and then essentially have like Ryan be pissed because essentially like his Discord DMs are getting flooded with sample work and people are like going critique this, but like I sent my work to him before and like he critiqued it. Like honestly, like in the Discord, like you post up your work on like on the essentially the finished pieces hashtag, and he kind of critiqued mine very quickly. Like the Superman thing that I did, he basically said that Superman's limbs were a bit short. In general, the weakness is in the proportions and anatomy, but storytelling is good. Like like he's open to, I think, critiquing. Oh yeah, Dave. Oh yes, Dave. I mean, I feel like Dave is the modern day Frank Frazetta. Like he's kind of like like Frank Frazetta was like that guy. Like he was that guy when it came to basically illustrators. Like he was his work was like quintessential for Conan. He was like one of the most like sought after cover and poster illustrators for fantasy and pulp magazines. Not to mention, it's like most of the women that he drew were really hot, and not to mention, it's like he based the women off of his wife, and it's like, dude, it's like, god damn it, this is awesome, you know. And not to mention, he was super fast because he wanted to basically go out and like play baseball with his friends and lift weights and be a Chad, and it's like, dude, I can't even draw hands. It's like, god damn it, you're just so cool. And like Dave, he's kind of like that. Basically, like he was like so talented that even like at a younger age, he managed to get work without the need for school. Yeah, like dude, me too. I love Frank's work. I discovered him back in high school. Uh, Essentially, there was this horror book, not as in HORROR, not prostitute. Because like when I say horror, it sounds like whore. It sounds like like there was this horror book, and essentially there was a panel from a book from a werewolf comic book strip that Frank Rosetta did, and I fell in love with it. And then I immediately searched up Frank Rosetta, and then there he was, and I got so enamored with his work that I immediately, like, I got into watercolors, I got into painting, I did whatever I could to essentially, copy him. And of course, it didn't work. It was frustrating, but I still did it. Yeah, no, but actually, no. Okay, so basically, this is something that happened recently. Uh, okay, so I work in an after school program, and essentially, there is this little Chinese girl that I'm not going to actually name. Let's call her Janie. That's not her real name, but I'm going to basically, say her fake, give her a fake name out of respect. Janie was is a oh yeah, yeah. Janie is is kind of like she's one of the more well behaved students, and she also like really is really fond of me. Like she really likes me, and every day she sees me, she essentially goes out of her own way to say hi, and essentially her parents kind of caught note of that, and they gave me like a $50 Amazon gift card, and I used that $50 Amazon gift card for a I used that Amazon gift card to buy a Frank Frazetta art book. It's sitting in my bookshelf right now. I I should be, and you know what the weird part is? It's like you ever like find a book and you want it so bad, but then you buy it, and then it just catches dust on your bookshelf for perpetuity. But like, I don't know, not that book. Like whenever I get the chance, I will I will look at that book because I don't know. I feel like if I do, then some of Frank's awesomeness will rub off on me. Oh really? You have a few books that you like. Do you read them, or do they just sit there on your bookshelf? Because I have a Meta Baron book that I got on Christmas. Like I wanted that book really badly, but then I have it now, and I don't touch it, and it's just I don't know. I think about it, and it's just like it's sad and annoying. It's like come on. I mean, no. It's like if the book is really valuable, I feel like that's kind of I don't know. I don't like that idea that a book. I don't like the idea of collectibles, man. I think it's like if this book is super valuable to you, like read it, like go through it, like wear it the hell out, you know, like it means something to you. I mean, I understand like you want to keep it perfect forever, but it's like I don't know. It's like you know you're okay, okay, okay. Like I feel like I don't know. Like life isn't permanent, you know. We all pass, and at this point, do you want to just keep it perfect just to be there, or do you want to enjoy it and like enrich your life in some fashion? You know, and it's like, you know, I can't take the Meta Baron's book with me into the pearly gates. I don't know, but then again, I don't know. Maybe maybe you guys have a point with like basically like keeping it like just collecting stuff and keeping it pristine, you know? Wait, you got Amazing Spider-Man 330. Okay, wait. Let me search that up real quick. Oh, wait. I'm seeing it right now. Ah, Eric Larson. Okay, this is... That cover looks badass. Yeah, what do you think of Eric Larson, by the way? Because, like, I've seen his, like, Savage Dragon books, and I gotta say, it's like... I don't even think it's a comic book. I don't even think it's a superhero comic anymore. I think it's just... I think it's... Yeah, no, the one with the that looks super badass. Like, I don't know, I just, like... When I saw it, like 13-year-old me was like, hell yeah! You know, just Spider-Man, Punisher, just kicking ass. Amazing. Love to see it. But yeah, no, like, but what do you think of, like... Yeah, I like his early work. I'm not sure about, like, you know, the work now with Savage Dragon. Because it's like, it got, you know, it's like, at this point, I can't, like, his Savage Dragon book, can you call it a superhero comic book anymore? Because I think it's like, you know, it's like that meme, like, it's like that meme. It's like that meme. You know, tonight's episode, the writer's barely disguised fetish. And it's like, you know, it just feels like that. Like, basically, it's like... No, it's like... Do you understand what I'm talking about? Like, you know, basically, like, Savage Dragon. Like, what Eric Larson is doing in Savage Dragon now. Because I'm not dunking on, like, Eric Larson. I'm dunking on, like, I'm just talking about, like, basically, like, how, like, Savage Dragon, like, how, like, you know, it's like, at first it was kind of like this very, you know, like, cool, you know, superhero comic book about, you know, this superhuman cop. But then over time, you know, it got a bit more, you know, it's like if Robert Crumb, like, wrote parts of it, you know? Yeah, the older Savage Dragon. Cause like I like it's like there's still like a I feel like there's a meme of like whenever like I remember the time where Mickey Mouse became public domain, and then Eric Larson immediately like turned him into a sex pest. Not to mention, I think like Savage Dragon's like current wife is basically like, you know, is like an Asian chick with a petite Asian chick with braces, and like there's like scenes with her in a schoolgirl outfit, just having sex with like, you know, Savage Dragon, and it's like, you know, it's just weird. Oh shit, Broken Blade! Oh my god, we have 3 in this stream. This is awesome. What is up? What is up, Broken Blade? What it do, homie? Hey, it's fine. You're not in school anymore. What are you? What is your English teacher gonna do? Give you more homework, Lone Wolf? You're free now. Yeah, but no. Jokes aside, like Broken Blade. How are things? What is your English teacher gonna do? Give you more homework, Lomo? Trying to make this Space Marine less stiff, but it's hard because he's a walking tank, figuratively and literally. Okay. No, but like, how's everything, Broken Blade? How's your Monday so far? How's your week? Because is it good or bad? What's the deets? What's the tea, my brother? Okay, working on a automatic for a YouTube vid. Okay, sounds interesting. Could you send that to me on the Discord? I'd like to see it when you're finished, of course. I'd like to see the animatic. It looks... I'm not sure how it looks, but I assume it's super cool. Alright, alright. Nice. Let us know. Might even react to it. Give you some marketing. I'll make a YouTube thumbnail and everything. You'll have my big face going, have me going making a giant soy face, just like just like doing my best Macaulay Culkin impression, just next to your animatic, and might even just be like, oh my god, this is awesome. If I had the choice between having a beautiful, healthy relationship with a beautiful woman, and then just looking at this for a few more times, I choose the animatic. Who needs companionship when you have this? No, yeah, but in all seriousness, I'd love to see the animatic. You know, okay. I'm gonna. This seems very not bro like of me, but could you like this video? You don't. You know, it's, Ryan asked for likes, and it's like, it's like it, you know, no. You don't. Ryan asked for likes, and it's like, really nice. Thank you. You know, I don't like asking for likes. It seems, you know, it seems very beggy. Like I don't like begging for stuff. I don't like. I don't know. It feels very like needy. Like, please like my video, please. I did my dance. You know, it takes me back to high school. Thank you guys. It takes me back to high school when I had a giant crush on this girl. She was a Puerto Rican named Nikisha. And on our senior trip, I asked her out, and she said no. And I instead of just taking the L and respecting her decision, I was like, please, please give me a chance, please. I'm a nice guy, please. Yeah, I know it's a norm, but it still feels icky. And it's like, I look back on that moment where I was like, please, please, please to Nikisha, and I just hate myself because like, dude, have some respect for yourself. What are you doing? She said no. Take the L and move on. And it's like, when I ask for likes, it feels like that. You know? It feels like that. It feels gross. You know? Thank you guys, though. Thank you. Makes me shudder even then when I think about it. It's like, God damn. Yeah, we do. We do. We do. We do. We've all been, I think. Bro, you think? You think? That's interesting. It's like, damn, we've all been rejected, I think. I don't know. I've never been rejected. I'm Broken Blade. I'm a stud. My life is a 70s adult flick. I come in, I say my cheesy pickup lines, and it's off to the races. Just rap-a-pum-ting, just, We've all been there, I think. Okay, Don Juan, we've all been there, I think. I mean, speak for yourself. I'm the pickup master. If anything, girls come up to me and I have to reject them. That's what I do. I say no, then hours later, they come out and they scream my name like like Marlon Brando in a streetcar named Desire. But I wish you wish you didn't have to learn so many so hard. Dude, I'm sorry. Oh man. Ah, it's rough, man. Man, I've never I've never learned a lot of like I never I'm afraid of rejection. Like I don't know. I feel like when I asked out like that girl in my high school senior trip, I immediately was like, you know what? I don't like getting rejected all that much. I think I'm just gonna just not do it. And it's like, it's not good. It's obviously not good because it's like, you know, I get lonely on Saturday nights, and it's like, hey, it's either that. It's like it's like it's either that or you got rejected in the second grade. I don't think I've ever recovered. Ah, man. That's just. I'm sorry about that, man. But I think, I've been rejected before. What are some other rejection stories? You know what? Before we get into this pity train, I need to start off with a success story. Okay, so in second grade. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I keep it fast. I keep it loose. It's pencil work. Um, Basically, like it's I keep it rough. You know, when I get to the line work, that's when I have to get perfectionistic. But okay, but back to my success story. Okay, so basically, in second grade, I was kind of like the new kid on the block, right? Like I was given essentially a specific group to, you know, to sit with, and essentially, a lot of the kids there already knew each other because they had went to a specific summer camp, and they were all chummy, they were all cool, and I wanted to basically be a part of them, but I didn't go to the same summer camp as they did. So in the end, I felt like like it cemented me more as the odd man out, and essentially later on when we're given our yeah, no, it is. It sucks. You know, it's something that you're gonna have to be okay with being alone, but at the same time, it's like, God damn, I am still like, it's like I still, nice, all aboard the pity train. Yeah, we're lonely. When you curl up next to your pillow and cry, scream out, "Hell yeah! Hell yeah!" Yeah, no, I think second grade, I was put into a table group, and one kid was like, "Yeah, this is the cool table, except for Jacob. He's not cool." And basically, I was like, "Damn it!" Like, I'd be sad, but at the same time, it's like as a kid, I was bullied a lot. So at the same time, I was like, I got used to it. And essentially, the same kid who insulted me just went on and on and on about a girl that he couldn't get over, and that like he got into fights over this girl, and essentially later on in the year, this girl liked me a lot. I could tell because in Seven Up she picked on me a lot, and well, I'm not sure if it's a success story. It's a success story for me because, well, essentially it's like he was obsessed with this girl, and I did nothing, and she immediately came to me instead, and that's like the one few success that's like I don't know if it's not a success story. That's just I don't know. But uh, one one rejection story. Hmm. You know what? I feel like I've told the story a lot. A lot. Let's just go with this. Um, I feel like it wasn't. It's more I rejected myself through incompetence. Um, in college, I had this like temporary job as essentially a staff person in a golf store, and there was this girl who was I think a political science major, and she saw me, and apparently she had liked what she saw, and essentially as I was doing my work, she asked, "Hey, like, what do you like to do for fun?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I like to draw a lot. It's something that I like. I'm currently going to school for. I love drawing. Like, I wanted to make my career. Drawing's like it's very very fun for me." And then essentially, she said, "Hey, maybe you should draw me sometime." And then she gave me her phone number. And at first, I didn't really think much of it at the time, because well, it's like, hey, it's like maybe she wants me to draw her as a commission. It's like, hey, an opportunity to make $5 extra, which I don't know why. I like the fact that I didn't think bigger was like just embarrassing. But yeah, no, it's like, hey, an opportunity to make $5 extra by drawing like I don't know a shitty portrait. And then she gave me her phone number. And then essentially, as on my way home, I was like, "Hey, you don't think that?" Like the back of my brain was like, "Hey, you don't think that? Like, come on, she gave you her number, bro." And I was like, no, I don't think. I don't know. I don't really know her. I'm not. I don't know. I'm not that. And then like essentially, of course, like we'd say hi. We we would like we'd like have panting like have like she would give me like passing glances, and then months later, I was minding my own business, and then I got an angry text, and essentially it said this: "So I gave you my number just so you could ghost me." Oh, dude, you're autistic? Fucking same, man. Same. Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, yeah, me too. I rejected myself through incompetence. Essentially, she gave me an angry text, and she was like, "Hey, so I gave you my number so you could ghost me," and I don't know. I was like, I tried to salvage it for some reason, but she didn't text me back, so I gave up and deleted the number. And yeah, I mean, I accidentally ghosted someone. That's my. It's also another rejection story. Uh, well, another rejection story is I think okay. So basically, this is around like 10th grade. I had a massive crush on this girl named Bree. We still follow each other on Instagram, but like, hey, I don't really think that means anything because well, it's like we're I feel like at this point I've kind of like drifted apart with most of my high school friends, but essentially, she was very nice to me, and Aspie Bros, let's go, yes, yes, Aspie Bros. It sounds like a fucked up video game. Asperger's Brothers. It sounds like instead of instead of saving a princess, we essentially we we save a train set, and then the princess just happens to be there, and then it's like, fine, yeah, we'll save you from the giant lizard, whatever. But yeah, no, it's she was super nice to me, and I was in a place where I like it was high school. I was going through puberty, and for some reason, getting a girlfriend was like one of my biggest goals in high school. I don't know why. Like it feels like the more you want a girlfriend, the less likely it's gonna happen. I mean, that's the reason why we have to learn to be alone. But at the same time, it's like it just seems like a bit counterproductive. Cause like you know, it's like get a relationship is like a healthy, beautiful relationship is like one of the best things you could ever have, and it's like it's like I feel like that's something that most people are intentional about, but like I don't know. But essentially, getting a girlfriend was like a huge goal, and she was nice to me, and she laughed at all my jokes, and I assumed the best, and then I immediately asked her out, and she had a boyfriend, and well, I I still had a huge crush on her, so I decided to be friends with her because at this point I was like, hey, I'd rather have some of you than none of you, and yeah, no, it wasn't it was obvious through that through those years I was going through some. I had some like I had some very big issues with like self-loathing. Cause like no man who ever loves himself would do that. It's like, hey, you know, I like you. Oh, you don't feel the same? That's okay. I'll just I'll put myself in a position where in a position of false hope where whenever you break up with your current girlfriend, you know, I'll through my niceness, you know, set myself up to be the next guy. And like that's not how that and it's like that's not how that works. It's never how that works. But, yeah. No, that's the second rejection story. I think the third rejection story is a bit sad. Okay, so basically I was like you know, walking through the hallway, and I saw a kid walking by, and like two of the girls from the student government in my high school was behind him, and then one of the he was dating, of course, one of the girls from the student government, and then I was looking at the second one, and she looked at me and she said, "Ew." And at first, I pretended that it didn't matter to me much, but it kind of does. It really does. Because like later on that night, I you know I I sat I kind of cried myself to sleep. It's not ha ha funny. It's not ha ha funny, but I don't know. It's a rejection story. Yeah, I've been there too. Yeah, no, it's like I'd rather have some of you than none of you. And then it's really sad. But hey, I know better. I am 25 years old and I don't have to deal with that anymore. But now I'm kind of like in a. Yeah, they can be ice cold. They can be super mean. Some of them can be kind, and some of them are mean. And the worst part about this is, in high school, I think I had a crush on the mean girl. Simply because she was mean. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. Maybe I'm just a man whore. I don't know. But ever since that moment, I don't know. Something fucked up in my mind. Just, you know, you know, it just made me want her. Maybe that's why bad boys get all the chicks. If you're mean to them, they want approval. And then, it's like, it's like, you have something to prove. Maybe that's why. Oh man, dude, that job sounds awful. Okay, Working at a Dollar General in a crappy part of town. I know what it's like working at a shitty part of town, dude. Nah, that is scary. Especially like like coming home. It's like you're afraid you're gonna get mugged. Yeah, nah. She was dating your bet. Oh man, it's a good thing. It's a good. Yeah, it's a good thing that my best friend is a homosexual man. I don't want to have those problems. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to deal with that. Uh, see, it's a good thing my best friend's homosexual. I don't want to deal with that. No, I feel yeah. She was dating your best friend. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. Honestly, where I work, I feel lucky. Cause, dude, I work in like I don't know. I work in like a very good part of town. Like I work in a very good part of town, man. I uh, I work in like a very wealthy part. Like I don't know. It's like I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but like I feel like it's like I don't know. Like when I saw like I don't know. Like when I saw the Jewish center, I was like, "This is a good part of town." No, no, that's bad. No, that's terrible. That's a terrible thing to say. No, I don't know. Like I work in a very good part of like the city because it's like it's very nice, very peaceful. People are very friendly. Has a strong Jewish population, and I'm not saying that I'm not making any like implications or any like very like many I'm just saying what I'm trying to say is that it's a very it's a good community it's a good community like with a very like that's very strong. I work in a very nice part of the community. It's really good, and yeah, I do not envy any of like the past places that I worked at because South Bronx is it's a nightmare. A lot of homeless people, a lot of like you know how the Bronx gets. Hopefully I didn't say anything like very like bigoted when I yeah. Oh wow, yeah. Then again, I don't know. It's I feel like I don't know. I feel like there were ways you could have like avoided that. Hmm, like you're obviously into art, or you obviously have hobbies, and you're working at the Dollar General. Like they have to pay you a minimum wage. Like I don't know. The minimum wage can vary where you live, but if you live in a densely populated area, you could have like I don't know. You could have went to like a separate place, like a hobby place. Oh man, I'm sorry about that. But it's like I feel like it's like the girl over there. It's like it was a closed door, you know. I don't know. Like when I was in college or like during the pandemic, I was very lonely. But then I discovered Robert Glover, and then basically he kind of like gave me this advice, bro, through a video, like walk through the open doors, choose women who choose you, and it's like he has a point. It's like, hey, would you rather essentially, be in these very, these situations where essentially you're just like, you're not like, or you're kind of like, barely an afterthought in the girl's mind. You're stuck in that, that quote unquote friend zone. Or would you rather be in a position where like you're with a girl who kind of like, thinks you're cool and wants to spend more time with you, you know? And sometimes like to find girls like that, you gotta like, get out there. And that's something that I'm still struggling with. Because so far, I go to the Art Students League in my city, and I find people who like me. But, oh, wait, long story short. Blinded by emotions, I confessed my feelings to her, jeopardized my friendship, work. Oh, the two are now divorced. Sorry. Oh, man. I could just. Damn. That's wild, dude. Wait, you confessed your feelings to her? Like an anime? Like an anime confession? Man, that's what I did with the Keisha. That's what I did. It was a bear. It was sad. That's what I did. I confessed it. And I think the problem with confessing your feelings is like, it works in the movies, but it doesn't in real life. It's like this big sweeping like, moment of emotion, and and it's like, hey, it's romantic, but like in real life it's like, oh shit, this is too much. Yeah, but no, it's like she turned out to be crazy, the two are divorced. Damn. I hope your best friend's okay. Oh. Oh man, those never work in real life. Those never work in real life. It's like in the movies. I don't know. I'm not sure how I would do it. Like, like I think the I feel like the thing that I feel like throws most of us off, it's like we think that this shit's a movie, and it's not a movie. Like, you don't know how the girl's feeling, or like, you don't know like what her feelings are into this. Like she might like, and you're essentially dealing with factors that have nothing to do with you. She might be gay, or she might already have a boyfriend, or she might be going through a breakup. And if you're essentially just going to like, if you're going to confess to her, it's like, along with these factors, this is like, oh shit, this is too much. This is off. I don't like this. It's like, I don't know. I feel like we let our feelings, like, we let our feelings just like build up like a pressure cooker, and like, we're too cowardly to say anything. Oh wait, he's good. Started a new. Okay, good for him. We let our feelings build like a pressure cooker, and then you know we just like it gets this feeling where it gets to the point where it's like, oh, I can't hide it anymore. I have to tell her. And then essentially you tell her everything. When in reality, it's like, you should have just, kind of like bit the bullet, like ripped the Band-Aid off and said, hey, I saw you from across the way. I like you a lot, and I was wondering, maybe you would like to go for a coffee with me, like essentially be direct with your intentions. Literally say, hey, I think you're cute, or I think you're hot, and I'd very much like to go out on a date with you. I mean, I've yet to do that. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm like the expert here. I failed to do that. Not recently, last year, I met this girl. Her name was Athena. I saw her. I'm not gonna say I had a huge crush on her, but I was attracted to her, and basically we had some funny back and forths. I played on my name. I made a joke about like her name, like it's like, hey, your name's Athena. It's like, wait, that's your name, Athena? Christ, like that's an amazing name. It's like you've been given the name of a Greek goddess. My name is Jacob. My name is so bland. I'd be blunt. And why not? Be above the board. There's like so much of human communication, especially when it comes to dating and relationship, is like it's like there's so much needless nuance. Like, why not? Keep it above board. Be direct. Fuck it. Why? It's like, do we need to be so like, nuanced? Do we need to have this like flowery romantic language? It's like, it's like we're too enamored with the idea of romance. It's like, just be blunt. It's like, just say it. What? What's the worst you can do? Just say no. It's like, yeah, if you're depressed, you say no, you're depressed. Oh, you go back home, you rub one out, you'll be fine. Yeah, no, it's like, what was I talking about? Jesus. Yeah. I saw her and I liked her, and I made some jokes about her name. Yeah, that's true. Signal reading is also very difficult, and you have to know when someone's also into you. Essentially, I was joking with her, and I was joking with her, and she was very receptive. She laughed at my jokes, and then basically, it always ended. Like, I never had the chance to ask her out, despite the fact that I kind of wanted to. And yeah, no, like I kind of regret it. Like, I've tried, like, recently, or in my birthday, I've tried finding her again. I couldn't. And now it's like, damn it, I could have asked her out. It's like, yeah, she probably would have rejected me, but it's like, oh man, dude, you think your nonverbal communication is garbage? Dude, throughout middle school, I had to go to therapy just to get what nonverbal cues were. That was, man. It's better, but only by a bit. Yeah, but no, it's like there's so much nonverbal communication when it comes to romance. Like, just say what you're thinking. Like, even in the date, like, one thing I had an idea for every date that I could have. I want to do a date audit for every date that I have. So at the end, at the end of the date, we can be honest. It's like, hey, this has been a date, and I want to keep things above board. Do you want to renew? Do you want to renew this? Do you want to renew this? Do you want another date? Or, if you don't want another date, we can give this a good old, no harm, no foul. We gave this a good old college try. But in the end, the sparks weren't flying, you know? The vibe wasn't vibing, you know? You gave this a good honest try. We can go our separate ways. No ghosting, no, no anticipation, no, oh, why isn't he or she texting me back? Like none of that. Just be open, communicate it, and then just be gone. Because nonverbal communication is what kills me. It, I went to therapy for it, but it still kills me. Just do a date audit. That'd be cool. You find a girl at a meetup, you know, you look at her, you like what you see, go up, ask her out, and then, you know, if she says yes, you go on the date, and at the end of every date, you do an audit, where it's like, hey, would you like to renew my presence, my company? Or if it's a no, we gave this. Really? Oh. I mean, I don't know. Damn. I don't know. I still want to try the audit idea, the date audit. It's like at the end of every date, you know, you sit the girl down. It's like, hey, would you like to renew my presence? Would you like to renew this service? And then if she says no, walk away. No harm, no foul. You tried, but in the end, she wasn't feeling you. And you gotta respect that. I know. But it like, I know it's more about attitude and confidence, but, you know, still, it wouldn't hurt to be clear. Why not? People stress over and over and over again that one of the most important things about dating and relationships is communication. And why not make it as blunt as possible? I'm communicating it. There's no flowery language. There's no, there's no hope for mind reading. I've told you. I've laid it bare. It's as big, it's as obvious, it's plain as day. Why do I have to, yeah. Yeah, but no, like, what do you guys think of my, like, relationship audit idea? I really like it. Why, I want to try it. Relationship audit. No, date audit. You audit the date. It's like, hey, what do you think? Is this a service? Is my presence like a thing that you would like to renew? Or is it not what you would like? And then we move on. That way, it would mitigate ghosting. And mitigate, it's like all this resentment. Just be honest. It's like, hey, do you want a second date? Yes? No? No? Okay. Delete my number. Boop. Have a nice day. You don't have to worry about, it's like, worry about her texting you back or wonder, it's like, oh, she doesn't like me. She doesn't have, you don't have to worry about the anticipation. It's like she's already told you. And you can just go home. And I don't know. Just not have to be anxious over when she's going to text you. Or if she's going to text you. Because she is or she isn't. You gave her an out. Yes, exactly. You know where both parties stand. don't like the not knowing. Give it a try, as long as you're not hurting yourself or others. Why not? But don't play at it too much. I don't want to play at it. Like, I feel like this is something that, like, I feel like more people should do, right? No? I don't really think feelings would get hurt. I mean, feelings would get hurt in the short term, where it's like, where the people are honest and be like, no, I don't want to. Okay. Where it's like, I don't really want to date you anymore. It's like, oh, rejection. But, in the long term, it's like, hey, the band aid's ripped off. There's no anticipation. There's no stress. There's no resentment. You know, you walk away from it knowing that you gave it your best shot. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, then again, like, this is coming from a person with, like, who I have no experience with dating at all. Like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe you're like, maybe you're better at this than I am, Lone Wolf. Like, have you ever had any? Have you ever been in a relationship or, like, have experiences with that? Because, like, I don't. At 11th grade, I was transferred to a different school. At the time, I was taking the graphic arts, which was a vocational building that all high school use. Oh, I crossed paths with a cute Filipina girl we'd known for several grades. Both said hi to each other. I would see her for the next few days. Filipinas. Man, those Filipinos, they're a talented bunch. Singers, artists, man. Alfredo Alcala was a G. One day I crossed paths with a cute Filipina. Okay. Oh, wait, you have a copy of his first book? Oh, dude, I'm fucking jealous. Oh, man, I've seen his artwork. Oh, my God. Dude, you gotta show me some pictures on Discord. Please. You have to, Lone Wolf. Okay, I got the feeling that she wanted something from me, but I didn't know what, and apparently my nervous face looks a lot like my angry face, and I somehow made her mad. Oh, dude. Nice. But no, seriously, on the dude, you gotta show me. Come on. You gotta show me. Hook a brother up. Show me some pics. Yes, post it in inspiration. Post it in inspiration. That would be amazing. Okay, so you got the feeling that she wanted something from you, but you didn't know what. And apparently your nervous face looks a lot like your angry face, and you somehow made her mad. Yeah, I tend to do that too. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not. I don't think not exactly like that, but I work at I work at a school, and one of the kids literally told me, "I've never seen you smile." And you know what? That might be true. I don't smile. I don't know. I have low self esteem. I think I don't know, maybe it has something to do with my low self esteem and the fact that I kind of look a bit ugly when I smile. But yeah, no, I don't smile a lot. I also had a serious face, even as a child. I never liked smiling. What happened next, Broken Blade? Did you snag the digits, or maybe you mogged her so hard that you know you mogged her into giving her your phone number, right? No, nah, just kidding, just kidding. Sorry. Uh, she walked off in a huff. You were left confused, and you never saw her again. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Sounds about right. I mean, yeah, I feel like yeah, that tends to happen. That tends to happen. Yeah, I'd like. I don't. I don't smile. I don't smile. I feel like that's like something I should work at. Like, be more easygoing. I feel like one of the aspects of being more easygoing is just smiling, right? Because if you're smiling and like you're more relaxed, you seem to have a better time. You seem to look like you're having a bit good time, and people want to basically like people want to spend time with you. Oh, and by the way, Broken Blade. Hope you're ready for this, cause I have another rejection story. Okay, so this happened in high school. Uh, there was this girl in my gym class. I had this massive crush on her. I didn't know her, but I had this massive crush on her because well I saw her and well she was hot. I thought she was hot. 14-year-old me saw her and was instantly smitten. I was like, oh my god, dude, she's like a Puerto Rican prince. She's no, she's like super hot. Like, and that's the first thing I said to myself. And then essentially, yeah, let's go, let's add more. Let this we can't stop, won't stop. Self hate train, ain't ain't never stops. Basically, oh god, uh, oh god, I she I arrived to school early in the morning, which is something that I do. Uh, Back in high school, I was essentially the type of kid who essentially like would wake up early to, because like, well, it's like, I for context, I live in Manhattan. I live in Inwood, Manhattan. Basically, like there's a part of Manhattan that is like, it's called Little Dominican Republic. No, actually no. I live in Inwood. Inwood. I don't live in Little Dominican Republic. I always get the, I always get the, I always get the locations mixed. But essentially, and my high school was, I think, around, I think, possibly like the east side. I think. I don't know. Around the east side? Most likely the east side. Upper east side. The High School of Art and Design. The High School of Art and Design. And, yeah, East 56th Street. And basically, I had to essentially go from uptown to downtown. And it's like a very hefty, and it's a very hefty travel. Oh, and done? Oh, shit, I'm gonna check this out. Basically, Voltar. Dude, this is awesome. Oh my god. This is so cool. Where'd you get this? Anyway, back to my self-pity. Alright, so I was there early, and she was there too. And 14-year-old me, by the way, I kind of admire him, because basically it's like, wow, you were brave. You were brave for doing this. But 14-year-old eBay, man, that makes a lot of sense. But 14-year-old me went up to this girl, and he sat next to him. By the way, this was and I introduced myself, and so far it's going great. I was like, "Hey, I'm Jimmy. I'm Jacob," and she's like, "Hi, my name is da da da," and I reach out my hands like, "Nice to meet you," and then she like feigned a smile and shaked my hand, and I was like, "Do you like comic books?" And she was like, "No." And then for some reason, my brain short-circuited, and I was like, "Do you like comic books?" I asked her that question over and over and over again, and she was like, "I told you 5 times, no." And then after that, I was quiet for a couple seconds, and then I got up and I immediately went back to where I was sitting. That was it. That was what happened. Oh god. It was absolutely pathetic. Oh, but in the end, hey, I had the bravery to go up to her and introduce myself and say my name. God. Yup, exactly. Oh damn. Yup. Oh my god. Oh my god. I still get yeah. Wow. Yup. Yup. It was absolutely just awful. 14-year-old me had 0 game. And it's kind of, at least I approach. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Broken Blade. Thank you. Because essentially my cut. I mean, I've been through worse. I've been called ugly before. I mean, it's not. I mean, yeah, but yeah, I've been through worse. But essentially, yeah, no, it was brutal. Like my cousins, like like I come from a Dominican family, and my cousins, like I don't know, like my uncle. Wait, you come from a Lone Wolf? You're Dominican? Eres Dominicano? Are you also a mango eater like myself? Oh no, I think probably we're responding to how you've been called ugly as a kid. But essentially, oh god, what was I talking about? I come from a Hispanic family, and if my cousins saw me, oh okay, okay. If my cousins saw me strike out like that, dude, they would never let me live it down, at all, at all. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So no. Yeah, that was a rejection story. I hope you liked it, cause I didn't. Oh man. I definitely didn't. Oh man. Oh Christ. Hmm. What's another rejection story? Remember that time? Oh wait, Lone Wolf. You got some stories for us? I feel like you're holding out on us because me and Broken Blade, we gave up our stories. What about yours? What about yours, man? Come on. Because so far, we've been bearing our souls to you, bro. You've been rejected so many times you just don't care anymore? Damn. Oh, man. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah. I want to hear one story. Just one. Grace us with the Grace us with the tale, Lone Wolf. Please. Live with disabled brother and have no real. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. If you don't have to if you don't want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's fine. I take back what I said. Oh wait, oh god. I have a similar story to my last one, but worse. Oh god. There was a girl in junior ROTC, super cute, girl next door type. We talked a bit here and there on the bus home after school. Hey, oh. about a time? Okay. How about a time when I went to with my cousins to a mud drag show? Why, there was a guy who was afraid to go up and talk to a girl of his interest. Okay. So, just to prove to myself and to him how easy it was to talk to them, what do you do, man? Okay, program related. After a few days, like the last time, I had felt she wanted something from me, but I had no idea. One day, she literally cries at me she literally cries at me on the bus home. I sat feeling terrible for most of the ride. Damn. I have no answers for that. That's just awkward. I mean, I talked to her while her friends were in her car. I asked for a number. Turns out she gave me a number that was disconnect. Damn. I mean, hey, you talked to her. I mean, you talked to her. I mean, granted, the outcome was obviously not what you wanted or anyone would want, but you talked to her. It's easy. You kind of proved your point. It's pretty easy to talk to them. Getting them to getting them to call back or give you a number that's real is a different thing, but it's easy. Yeah, no. Man, I had a classmate that had the same experience. Dude, oh, I mean, wait, the guy, was he the friend or was he the friend? Also, okay, Broken Blake, I also have like a story similar to that. I'm not sure. It's weird. Uh, Essentially, I was in the cafeteria. It was early in the morning, and a girl from my history class went up to me and started talking to me. And then she started talking in a weird way and started putting her fingers on my face, and like I don't know, maybe it was maybe it was the autism, or maybe it was like maybe it was like early in the morning, but like or maybe it was the fact that I wasn't attracted to her, but basically she was flirting with me, and I obviously did not like it, and I was like, at some point I was like, could you please stop? And things got silent and awkward, and I, out of fear, just or out of frustration, you know, got up and walked off. And I saw her for some of the years, and it was awkward. Yeah, it sucks. Okay. Yeah, people go to these events. Hey, let's run trucks through the mud to see if they can make it to the end. Wait, lone wolf no cub. Hmm. Where? What state are you in right now? Is it Texas or? That sounds like a very very southern thing to do. Oh wait, whoa! You weren't interested in her? Just curious if if you weren't curious in her, if you weren't interested in her, then no harm, no foul, right? Not exactly a big loss. Man, yeah, okay. Ego might have sustained some damage, but all in all. Oh yeah, you know what? You're in Wyoming, and the time mentioned was in Florida. Oh yeah, that sounds like, you know what? Yeah, that does sound like a Florida thing to do. That does sound like a Florida thing to do. I mean, I think the one thing that we could try, I don't know, it's like we should just do stuff that we like. Like, of course, like the one thing that we should, that we what we can do is like we should go outside and essentially kind of like participate in hobbies that we like doing. Oh, really? It could be. One thing that we could do is like said like instead of instead of like kind of like just going to random events and like just having some at bats like, oh, okay, they love their trucks out there. Okay, I've heard from like a small reel that essentially to maybe like find a date, like first off you don't have to be, don't like make it the priority, and essentially just go to events that you like going to, meetups, dancing classes, stuff like that. And of course, from there, you'll meet people. And from then, you'll make new friends. And of course, these new people, you get to know them better. Off roading mostly. Okay. I'd like to try that off-roading. You meet new people, and of course, some of them you might be attracted to, or some of them like you might be like share mutual attraction to. You start hanging with them, and that naturally grows into a hookup or a relationship. I mean, so far, I went to the Art Students League, and I've met people. Granted, a lot of them were kind of gay. And I'm not, figuratively speaking. Yeah, fun with the right setup, yeah. Like, literally speaking, they had boyfriends. Not a lot of chicks in my class. But, and I don't know, I feel like I can't come off of it too much. But, I did walk away with some friends. Or some people who kind of like, who hope to see me again. Oh. Getting late. You know what? Yeah, it is kind of getting late for me too. Honestly, I have to get up. I have to be at work at 1 tomorrow. So, I think I'm going to give this stream like a couple more minutes. Maybe like into 12:30, and then I'm out. Yeah, no, like, if it's getting late for you, have a good night's rest. I mean, I'm not sure if, like, what I say will, like, solve the male loneliness epidemic, but I feel like it's, like, a step in the right direction. Find a hobby, find meetups for that hobby, meet people, make friends. And under the right circumstances, that will blossom into something. And hopefully that something will result in you getting a girlfriend and getting laid. And if it doesn't, hey, beats beats staying inside and being chronically online. Beats staying inside and gooning all day. Hey man, no problem, man, no problem. It's rough out there. It's rough out there. And for us Aspies, it's been rough. It's been rough. So yeah, no. If you want to vent, you deserve it, man. Yeah, it's been rough. Yeah, but no, like, if you want to find a relationship or get laid, I think the first thing you gotta do is essentially kind of like you gotta put yourself out there, and the way you put yourself out there is through hobbies. And I've tried it a bit, and granted, I didn't walk out with a girlfriend, but I did walk out with like a better social life and a life outside of work. Because so far, I think when I would go to the league, I would meet people, and these people were like-minded people who really liked the work that I done, and really and really and were really cool. And granted, you're probably not going to get laid on the first month, but if you keep putting yourself out there, maybe trying new different things. Like, one thing I would like to try to do is I would like to try to go to the gym and have do dance classes. Because one, it's like, drawing is a very sedentary thing to do, and two, there are tons of chicks at dance classes, and dancing is fun. I'd also like to go to the gym because, well, I'd like to live longer and draw more. Well, it's like I think having a life outside of work would be the first step to, curing the loneliness epidemic. Because, okay, Broken Blade, are you still here? Because, like, I have one thing I'd like to share. I went to a dancing event with my cousins, and at first I was very nervous and very down on myself because I thought, oh, it's like, it's gonna be filled with girls there, and no one's gonna want to dance with me. And then essentially, of course, I kind of snapped myself out of out of my negative talk. It's like, it's a dance, it's dancing, it's not a big deal. Just go up there and just have some fun. Don't think too much into it. I arrived at the dance class, and then of course I was late, but the dance class transitioned into a dancing event, and of course a lot of dates were there, a lot of like people were there, and I was nervous, but then I realized, oh, this is an opportunity to get out of my comfort zone. So I immediately, like, of course my cousins took me aside to take some shots, and I took them. And then, of course, I looked out into the on the dance floor. I took a deep breath, and I immediately counted my steps to the nearest woman, and I asked her, would you like to dance? And to my surprise, she said yes. And of course, I danced with her. But granted, the dance was awkward. I didn't really know how to lead. I really need to work on that. But I still danced with her. And then after that, it's like, I was like, hey, she was like, hey, good job. She high-fived me. She walked away. And then I was like, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. How about some more? So I basically, I kept on asking chicks. Of course, some women would say no, but I kept on asking. And basically, when I was at the end, my cousins and my sister saw me, and they gave me, like, they immediately, like, they immediately congratulated me. It's like, oh my god, holy, like, my god. It's like, they, it's like, dude, good job. It's like, I think I had this tiny cousin. Her name is my family calls her Kardashian, and basically she said, hey, at first I thought you were gonna hold us back, but when I saw you basically dancing with women, it's like, you dance, and then she literally said this, you dance with more women than like any of the male cousins with us. And then of course, like, they were like, oh right, shit, we gotta catch up. And then of course, like, they kept on dancing. And that night, I couldn't forget that night, because essentially it was kind of like that night where I didn't have to worry about getting rejected. I put myself out there. I was scared, of course, but I still did it. And it was kind of like it was an exercise of me saying no to my social anxiety and conquering my fears and interacting with people. And yeah, I feel like having an extracurricular activity, especially like say in the arts or dancing, would be really good. Would be really good for, I think, a lot of people, because apparently like that's not happening enough. I mean, it worked for me. I mean, then again, take this with a giant grain of salt, because like I said, I've never had a girlfriend. I've never had sex. I've never been kissed. I don't have any experience when it comes to dating and relationships. I'm just starting to get out there myself. So, but yeah, still no. It's like, expand your route. That's what I'm trying to say. Honestly, after working in the summer, I want to try new things. I want to get my driver's license. I want to get into dancing classes. You know, if you get back in the Art Students League again. I'm planning on also going to the Lightbox Expo convention. I would like to network with people in the industry. That'd be super cool to do. Yeah. Okay, this is the rough draft for the 6th page. It's not exactly finished, but I think it gets the idea down. I think the next stream is probably at the same time, or most likely in the morning. If you want to join in, Broken Blade, I'm planning on doing this almost every day. I'm not sure how it's gonna be in like July and the first part of August, because you know, I'm gonna be like working 10-hour days, and when I get home, I won't have enough time. I won't have enough energy. But yeah, no, I think I'll do my best to stream, and I haven't exactly nailed down a time yet, but I have been I have been doing streams in, say, the morning and in the night. So I'll probably do more streams in the night, from like 10 to 12 or something. Other than that, thank you, Broken Blade, and thank you, Lone Wolf, for swinging by. Like, really, like normally when it comes to this, I just fly solo. Um, yeah, I'm gonna brush my teeth, go to bed. This has been a stream, and I hope you liked it. Goodbye, you guys. Wait, just one more thing. I need to draw a hand. Make the gun a bit. I'll fix it.